Right then, welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, so last of all, my last recording. There was one specific thing that just didn't quite go according to plan at all. Yeah. There is something that you're supposed to look after for Van Helsing. But I didn't look after it very well because it's gone. But like I said, in a Pacific mission or any mission you're on, don't lose the hat. Because if you do, you're not going to get something you're really desperately after. So, my plan of something this is not gone very well than I thought. But apart from that, I grabbed hold of one life increaser, as well as grab hold of an egg that unlocked a challenge, which was challenge 1, which was called Nightfall. But I didn't complete that one either. But also, I did say about that if I unlock another 2 or just one more, to show you how to complete one challenge, which I did do. And I completed the challenge number 4, which was the maze. And I showed you how to complete it, as well as get hold of a cheat. Now you're wondering, what cheat was that? Well, it is called, I can't quite read it anyway, but I'm going to spell it anyway, just to give you an idea what the word is. And so, it is GARCOYLE skin is what it is, as well as the word that joins up to skin, which is basically confirming to say what it can do. Your enemies, I believe. As well as I grabbed hold of a weapon as well, which was an electricity weapon, which I will show you in a few moments, because we don't want to see something that we have already seen before. So, you wonder, where did I get the weapon from? Well, where it was from was an area which was where you'd find some baby vampires in some nice eggs that hatched out from some electricity powered from somewhere, but you don't know whereabouts it's from and how. Well, you'll find out soon. As well as we are still on challenge 5, which was not another plan I was planning to do as well, because on my last recording I did say finished mission 5, but we haven't even finished it. So we should be finishing this mission number 5 today, as well as before I started mission 5 3 or 4 recordings back, and one person said, reach to Castle Frankenstein. That's where we will be continuing, as well as learn about Dracula's great ambitions, is what the person would have said when you start your own mission 5. So wondering who the hell is Dracula? Well, if you've seen the film with Van Helsing, you know exactly who it is. As well as if you have read the books, or one book, you know exactly another way of knowing who he is. But I'm not a book reader, but I'm more of a film watcher than anything else. And so, yeah, that was that. And also what I did on my last recording was do a couple of back and forwards to allow you to know where you could find one of the eggs, as well as where you could find 3 life increases, sorry. So I reminded you to where you'll be able to find the 3 life increases, as well as remind you that you could basically make your way around the place in mission 5 to do, as well as how to progress ahead in mission 5 with opening the door that was locked, and when you push the triangle towards it, it would have said there is a specific lock on it, as well as another room on the left when you go in the room, that there was 2 things you had to do in there, which was basically allow the crossbow to hit a statue's little figure it's holding in its left hand, and bring the statue up, and then the box would have appeared, and then when you did that bit, you'll be able to go up above a balcony to get out from the room, because when you go in from the bottom, you can't get back out. And so you had to do that. Well, basically what I explained to you. I'll just say bits of it again. And then get out from that room, and then swing across to the other room with the door that would have been sealed shut. And then you'll be able to go straight through it when you pull that shot on an arrow on the statue's hand to bring the box up and get through the other door that would have been sealed shut to deal with a lot of small midgets and find some ammo for the shotgun. And I showed you how that works and what it's supposed to do when you ever do get hold of it. And then that was it, and just progressed ahead to where I left off in my last recording, as well as doing backs and forwards places to show you what you can get and whereabouts they are. And that's it. So, right, all that chain. Let's continue on, eh? Okay, so from my saving checkpoint that's done where it's saved me from, it saved me right over here. Okay, so before we do anything else, right, in here is a load and loads of challenges. and there are 5 of them in total. Now, as I said before, that I unlocked one, which was Nightfall Challenge 1. That was over here, and I couldn't fucking do it because I said about my fingers was not playing perfectly or something. But they should be in good ticking order, good working order, shall we say. And with the challenges as well, if you notice this one was red while I was moving around and showing you, there's also another one that's red. Now when you see red, that means it's locked, and basically you're going to have to unlock it. And you wonder, how do you do that? Well, you'll find out sooner or later. As well as I did show you on mission 5, my last recording, that I completed challenge 4, which is over here, which is a maze. But we are not going to do that right now. But also, I have done a couple of recordings back that I said about if you complete all of the 5 without going through this purple thing right here that you can see, you'll be able to grab a weapon. I showed you what weapon it was and showed you how it works, and that was that. As well as if you ever did complete 3 of them and you still got the 2 locked like this and you go straight through that purple thing, you'll have to do those 3 again when you have just unlocked the 2 remaining ones that were locked, and you're still struggling to try and complete 1 more to finally get it done. And then you come to one of them and you just get really confused, or either getting pissed off because it doesn't go your way, and you say, fuck it, I'll go straight through that purple thing and forget it. But like I said before, that this one's the worst fucking bastard to do, and you do complete it and you've already known you've gone past that purple thing and you've already grabbed the 4 cheats without major success of completing this one. Still, you had to do all the other 4 again. So, yeah, you'll be able to get a rifle if you don't just have to keep doing those all again. But what I'm going to do is go to this challenge right here, which was Nightfall, because my fingers seems to be in a good ticking order. Right, of course, I just press the start button straight away. Press the X button. Right, so you have 3 minutes in total. And if you look closely on the left hand side and the right hand side, that there is some grey figures. Now what you got to do is got to get them smashed. And you wondered, how would you smash them? Well, what you got to do is get an enemy to do the fucking work for you. But still, the problem with these, when you say, go over here, and they say, nope, sod off, I'll just fly over here. Oh, actually I'll fly over here. Oi, get the hell over there. Because they just sometimes just don't want to go the way you want them to be. So, the enemy that flies, and you want them to smash the statues, are the stone flying vampires. That's what they are. As well as with the statues, some of them will give you a red colour of a specific thing, as well as some will give you green. I'll explain to you in good time, but you can pick those up And the way to do that is just walk towards them. But also the statues, the statues have just got to be all smashed before the time runs out, which is a problem. You don't want the time to hit 0, 0, 0, because that's the end of it. So you got 3 minutes to do it. Right, so one's over it, and also my health's down, so that's not going to work. So I was said, just let me have my health all the way back up and start again. Okay, so let's try this again. My fingers are better than they ever were. So yeah, this is what I'm meant to do. So yeah, it'll say challenge 1, Nightfall. Seal the stone knights, which is what they are, on the left hand side and on the right. You should be able to see from where a picture frame is lurking about, as well as before the time runs out. So yeah, right. Also, the other thing is the weapons you use, that don't work. So like I said, you need the stone vampires to do the fucking work for you. So let's try again, because we got a full health. So like I said before, is that if you die, don't worry about it. So also, like I said, these things will fly eventually. Also, as you can see, the colours are green and red. Just grab those. Also, these things like the spit needles, or whatever they are, it's their job to freaking whack you with, as well as their own wings, which is what they've got. Also, you can choose the right hand side or the left hand side to move, proceed ahead. Also, once you've done those, you can start to go around it, but when you get up it, make sure you don't fall off the edge, because otherwise you're going to have to get back up again. Nope, there's a bit of health. Fly, you turd bags. Also, these things can just try and knock you over. Also, you might want to jump around the place just to try and keep avoiding their attacking tactics and everything else. There's one dead there. That's my health fucking going down. But I might as well use one of those, because what this is, it's a life REPLENIZR, which you'll find in items. So when you're going in INVENTORY, you'll find items, weapons, moves and cheats. But that's all I'm going to say for the 4 that's up there at the moment. Also, if you look underneath the items, there is a life REPLENIZR, like I said. Also, you've got ammo, REPLENIZR, and there's 3 of those. And there's also speed boost. There is 3 of those as well. So, with those 3 things, each one of these 3 things, you can only have 3 of them. Okay, so use those wisely, because if you have not already used speed boost and you push the X, you're going to waste it. So, like I said with the ammo increaser and the life increaser, that if your health's all the way up, even though mine's down, and you use it by pushing the X 2 times, you're going to waste one. So we're going to go gently and have the health to go back up. Right, so once those are all smashed, you might want to jump down a bit and possibly just try and move somewhere, but also you want to make sure you can see where the statues are. Oi, bag of shit. Over here, dipstick. Thank you. Good. Come on. Come on. Thank you. There's that one. Oh, there's one over there. Come on. Come on. Fly. Fly. So yeah, like I said, they always just either don't give a shit. Ow. Over here. This one. Fly. Thank you. So yeah. Also, like I said, if the time runs out, which I've already noticed there's 20 seconds on the fucking clock, then you're pretty much fucking stuffed. I also have wasted one life, REPLEN. And yeah. So there's two other ways you can do it. Like, as in, maybe start from the top far right hand side. Over here, for example. Come on. Come on. Over here. Over here. Dumbasses. There's that one. Excuse me. So yeah, you can go for the right hand side if you want. You can go around one side, or you can just go from the left, whichever side you want to go for. And then just hope and pray they just freaking go the right way. As well as make sure you just don't quite walk in the trouble that they can cause. Or either get yourself stuck in between a spot. Come on. Fly. And also when you're standing over it, you want to be very careful you just don't jump off, because otherwise you're going to have to get back up again. Is there another one over there? I don't think so. Go on, you numbnuts. Hey, down here. Spastics. Come on. The time's ticking, you numbnuts. What's the matter with you? Hey. Get the fuck down here. God, fucking smash it. Well, that's one alive, but that's not fucking two, is it? Oh, smash it for fuck's sake. See what I mean? They will slowly work their way around and say, yep, I'll smash those for you. Nope, I won't fucking bother. And also there's two over there, oh. Ow. God, smash it. Could give me a red. So what these are, they are some god symbols. Basically that's what they are. I've got 30 seconds, so it's probably not going to go my way. But as well as my health's going to go down as well. There's one there. 13 seconds. Bullshit. So yeah, this challenge can be a right pig. And there's also some down here as well. So yeah. That's the problem. But as I said, you can always start from the bottom down here, or you could go on. You missed. Well, there's one or two smashed from over there. What's on the house going to get smashed to flak. So yeah, you can always start from here if you want. and go round that route. Also, I was going to do that so I can get my health to go freaking back up. As well as before I do anything else. Right, now, if you look closely up above, on the screen there are several loads and loads of squares over there. Now, basically, the black squares, if you look closely, with the red bar. Now, when you're ever doing your own time of playing Van Helsing, that your red bar will be the same size as the light blue bar that you can see right in that top right corner with all the weapons I've got. Now, as you can see, the red bar is much more bigger than the blue. This is because you're going to have to find certain things which are called life increases. Now, also, with the light blue bar and the red bar, they'll be the same size, as I said before, but with the red bar, there are 15 black squares in total. And what you're going to have to do with the life increases, in certain missions that you'll do, you're going to have to find 2 life increases. Because what I mean by that is when you find one, Van Helsing will say, found one off. So you have to find another one to allow one of those black squares to be allowed to be filled up in red. As well as the 5 remaining black squares that you might have trouble filling up, those black squares to be filled in red, is because you're going to have to buy 5 life increases in Armory. And that is why some of the black squares cannot be completely filled up. If you know you've only got 5 black squares remaining. Included the blue bar. That's got 5 black squares. As well as that's involving you to buy. Now you're wondering, what are you buying? And what is the blue bar? Well, the light blue bar is ammo, which allows the weapons to do a lot of fucking damage. So, if you want one of those black squares to be filled up in blue, for the armory to be a bit more bigger, just got to buy them, basically. But I haven't bought any, as well as I haven't bought no life increases. So yeah. So, maybe with the stone vampires, you might want a bit more bigger health bar, which is probably my best guess for me to do. But this is doable. But also, you have seen me do this a couple of times and you're thinking, are you ever going to do something different than that? But just have a couple of goes at this and see if I can make a success out of it. But out of it, I'm just getting my ass fucking kicked. Right, so like I said, we counted. Like I said with the steps, that is where I was earlier. What you could do is go to the other side if you want, and do it that way. So those 2 steps and those 2 sides where I've just started from the right hand side, instead of being on the left hand side where I was before. Fucking hell, let me out! Fucking bastards. Fuck off, stop kicking my fucking ass. Hey, give me some red. There's another one. Oh, get out. Come over here, fuck you, smash them. But still, like I said before, they just don't want to fucking go your way. And you fucking want them. Smash it! Fucking arseholes. So also what you want to try and do is just jump from the angle. Oh, fucking hell. Do it! Thank you. Smash this one. But still, you're making my time fucking run out. So yeah, that's your problem. Fly. Fly. Oi. Fucking bastards. Right. 45 seconds. Bullshit. Okay. Over. Done all them. Nah, not enough time. 24 seconds. Bullshit. Got stuck in that fucking corner for far too long. Yeah, got stuck in that pillar for far too long. But still, it is doable. It is doable. You just fucking will not fucking let me make a success out of it. Over here. No, not fucking whack me. But still, I'm gonna fucking elf. Oh, I'm gonna fucking die again. Fly over here, you fucking bastards. Oh. I just won't fucking do it. So yeah, that's your problem. We'll have one more go and that's it. We'll fucking move on. What a little bullshit, eh? Okay. No, not that. Fly. You dumbass. Yeah, there. No, don't spear me, you dumbass. Thank you. Smash that one. Cheers. Over here. Thank you. What was this one over here? No, the other one. What the other one over here? Thank you. Over here. My fingers are working. Oi! Spit at me. Right, over here. Okay. Oh, you're going the wrong way. Oh. Oh. Over here. Up here. But also another way of doing it. You could leave these top ones up here. That'd be another way of doing it. Well, there's one over here. Okay. This one over here. Over here. Over. Ow. Come on. Okay. Down. 40 seconds. Bullshit. Oh, there's one down there. Come on. Fucking move it. Well, like I say, you could start over here if you want, but I know why I said it. That you could say fuck the challenges and just fucking move on. But if you want something, then you're gonna need to get it. So yeah. Right, so we'll fucking leave that because I haven't got enough of fucking health anyway. So yeah. Right, so basically when you complete the challenges or any of them, they will give you a cheat. That's what they're guarding, and that's why some are a bit more fucking harder than others. So you wonder which cheats would you get? Right, the cheats will be this one right, which is DWERGER skin. Another one will be WRAITH skin. Another one will be ARCHANGEL skin. And challenge 4 that's been complete, which will allow you to have GARCOYLE skin. And the last one will be fill skin with FELL skin. Also, with the cheats, there are 24 of them in total. Now, there is one cheat that you won't get unless you complete the game on hard difficulty, which is my plan of doing, because there's one thing I'm not going to be able to get. So I'm going to have to wet my socks off getting that one as well, but I'm not going to tell you which one it is because it will give the game away. So yeah, there's that for you. But also, whenever I find a cheat, I will show you what it is and what it does. But also, I did pick up this cheat from Challenge 4, which is a little bit more less complicated for me to show you exactly how it works, but it does do something, so we'll use that for the time being. But also, some cheats you can't get hold of unless you do something. But still, I'm not gonna tell you what you do and how, because otherwise I give the game away. Also, we have already got a fair few, as well as I have shown you what they are and what they do. And so yeah, the cheat from Challenge 4, I will try and do my very best to show you what it does and how it works. As well as from the challenge, we have got the GARGOYLE that spells take on ALTENATE, whatever spells, as well as formats. So if any of that makes sense to you, that's great. But if you're not too sure, then I'm just going to hope and pray that I can explain to you how it works and what it's supposed to really do. Because like I say, I don't know precisely what it means either. Anyway, Also, with the cheats, if you're using one and you die, the cheat will be turned off automatically. So there's that for you to know about. When you get a cheat, the word will be in white, as well as a box that will be right beside it. Okay. Right, so let's move on, shall we? Okay, so this is where we were before. Also, with this weapon I've got, it's an electricity weapon. It does that. How about that? As well as these statues, they will not be coming alive. So don't worry about that. Also, what I'm going to do is give you a couple of tips and tricks and reminding you where we were and what was going on. Also, I'm going to go over it and hope and pray that I can get something, but I'm not going to be. Right, these are ghosty scream bitches. That likes to make good sound effects. Also, these things can spin around and make a load of wind. Also, the egg I got on my last recording, it was all down to this thing with a load of chains. And basically what you had to do was grab this weapon and hold R1 and press square for one of the ball things to hit the circle that's in the middle of those two cogs, and it will turn the gears and pull the chains down, and it will bring this scope down, and that's what that will do. But also the life increaser I grabbed hold of on my last recording, it would have been up there. So yeah, it would have been up there with two sets of wooden beams or something that would have hidden it, and you had to destroy it. So that's what you can get from there, which would have been my second half that I picked up. So there's that for you. Also, usually when you're in this area for the first time, you'll find some of trying to think what they are. I'm pretty sure it's these fucking whacking bastards. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. I'm moving up against these fuckers. And what these are metal whacking fuckers with a metal stick or metal something, but they are metal and they're quite sharp, and possibly you've got your saws as well. The seeing what I'm using. Ow. Get back in, you fucking idiot. Also, my health is all the way down a bit, so I'll have to see. Right, also I have said about this gate that this leads to the opposite side of where you'll find yourself to come in the middle of mission 5 for you to do. So that's where we are. We're on the opposite side. As well as over it, you'll find some boxes, one box and a barrel in that corner, right over it. And then what you'll do is come across a elevator that comes down to lead somewhere, and it'll go down and it will stay here. And also with the controls, what you want to do is hold R1 button for accuracy, so Van Helsing can just keep firing at the enemies perfectly, bang on. As well as with the weapons, whichever one, like the crossbow for example, hold the square in and then the arrows will just keep firing. Also with the sword, you want to hold, keep pushing the circle in and out loads of times. So keep doing that. Ah shit. Get out of it. Get out of it. So I want my perfect health for this next bit. Right, also, when you're over it, what you want to do is just kill one, wait until one disappears, and then wait again until another one appears. Usually there's another one where I was just a few seconds ago. So like I say, wait, kill one, wait, don't go for the one at the very end, because there'll be another one of these from where I was, and again still another one. Right, also these skeletons here, they've got a purple thing in the middle, which is some sort of poison. As I said before, in certain missions, when you go to a higher number of a mission, it will get harder, as well as some enemies will be a bit more aggressive than the ones you're usually up against. So there's that for you. Okay, so keep that in mind. Also there's a door that will lift up, as well as you might want to get the electricity weapon out, but also I'm going to show you where that is, or was. Where are you, little shit? Now these things will start to check detonators at you from over here. What are you doing here? You missed. Okay. Right. Now if you look closely, like I showed you before, there's a set of gears and some metal pipes or poles, as well as on the left hand side where they are, you can see a little circle thing. You wonder, what's that? Well, if you remember on my last recording, that I showed you one of these that was to do with the chains and little gears in the middle, as well as the other room that I was in, to remind you what you can find and do the same sort of thing that where I said about the egg that you could find. And so yeah, it's one of those. Also what I'm going to do is remind you again, when you go over it, and you can do your grapple hook. If you look closely on the right hand side there, there's a orangey colour right beside the sword and the crossbow, as well as when it goes that colour, that is saying you're available to use your grapple hook, which is asking me to use R1 and triangle for me to pull myself up. As well as I did say about this thing, that you're asking what's behind it, or what are you thinking that's behind it, as well as it could be something special, or it could be something else. But once again, can you destroy it? I'm afraid fucking not. So you're gonna have to leave it. So you're gonna have to move on. So there's that to remind you. Also, when you have your weapons, like the crossbow and the shotgun and the pistols, you can use the left D-pad button and push it a couple of times to select whichever one you want. Or you could basically hold L2 and push down D-pad button to whichever one you want and do that. And then you're there. Right, also when you go to this door, which is where you're usually supposed to go, and you'll find these fucking nasty pieces of work. They like to poke you and everything else. Also, what I'm going to do is do a couple of things. Like, for example, stay in one piece. As well as explain a couple of bits and pieces as well. Also, what you want to do is press the X to do a couple of jumps. And then you'll be able to avoid them. Basically. So I might just have enough health to hang on for dear life. Which I have done. So I've got a bit of red there. Okay. So I did say about these green pipes. Or metal tubes. And it's got a green colour in there, as well as possibly it had something else in there. So yeah. Right, so you're wondering, where was this weapon? Well, that's what I'm going to show you. Next of all, just to remind you, you have to stand on top of it and use the R1 and triangle to pull yourself up towards somewhere. Which is what I did last time, but I will still do some couple of back and forwards to show you where all the things were and bits and pieces that you might have missed or forgotten about. So that's why I'm doing this. Also, in the film, as I said before about Van Helsing, that usually Van Helsing says a couple of words to someone, as well as in the film you will see him use a shotgun and just keep using it, which is what I did last time, and I did that, as well as I did say about two bitches, one on the left, one on the right, as well as someone in the middle that you was seen in the film of Van Helsing. And whoever it is says, teach them all. Basically allows the two bitches to teach the baby vampires to fly, which is what usually is in the film, or is in the film, shall we say, as well as where they would have been up here, but they never were in the film, in the game. But also, what you find up there, or would have seen up it, where you'll be able to use the triangle button and push it to grab this weapon right here. That's where you'll find it. So that's where you'll find this thing. It'll be up there. So there's that all sorted for you. So when you grab that weapon, jump down, where you can use this weapon to kick a load of fucking shit at these, if they're either pissing you off or just getting your fucking way. Also, I get my ass fucking kicked in because I'm touching the wrong buttons, but it is what it is. Okay, so yeah, when you grab this weapon, you can use it. As well as if you look in the middle, there's a circle thing in the middle with one cog on either side, which is one where I'm just about standing in front of, and the other one, as you can see, the other one's right over here. So you wonder, how the fuck does this work? Well, if you remember, I said about one of the circles in the other room that I did show you with the chains and that magnifying glass, and that's what you're gonna have to do on the other thing, which is the metal pump or pipes, and the gears, which are these things. So what you're going to need to do is R1 and triangle. That's the grapple hook, you freaking numbnuts. Not you anyway, me. Okay, so let's try this again. R1 and square for the electricity thing. So hit that circle thing. That's what makes these pipes go up and down. As you can see, the little things are going up and down, and the cogs that's turning on the right hand side with it. As well as, what you're going to need to do is go straight in the door. And possibly you might want to fight against these fuckers if you want to get some more health, or either just let them kick you to shreds. So, if I were you, go and get the crossbow out, or the pistols, because you got something coming. Right, so when you go in it and you hit that circle thing, you want to jump on top of the circle thing to do just that. But where are we going, you're wondering?
So nice of you to drop in, my ancient friend. To what do I owe the pleasure? Let me guess. You're here to kill me.
I am, and I will.
I'm sorry. Didn't anyone tell you? I'm already dead. Murder. Or have sex with.
And there he is.
Any idea who could have committed the crime?
And that person that's tied up a bit, he's the one that's getting electricity for the vampire babies. And he, yes, he's Dracula.
You have no way of knowing. Do you?
Perhaps I don't need to know.
Perhaps not. And again, no one can run from their past, Gabriel. You must face the truth. You are a murderer.
No, Dracula, not a murderer. A monster hunter.
Right. Now then. Don't forget, you have got the ammo on the shotgun and the pistols you can use. But only those two will have a certain amount you can use. Also, the way to use that, push L1 once, and then if you don't want to use it any longer, push it again to stop it. And then just do it that way. Also, that green thing over there in the middle, don't worry about that. And also, you don't always have to stick to the same weapon that you got. You can always switch it if you want. You could simply do that.
So nice of you to drop in, my ancient friend. To what do I owe the pleasure?
So yeah, there's Dracula, and that guy over there, right behind Van Helsing,
I'm sorry.
is Velgan the werewolf. That's who he is.
Already dead. Murdered 4.5 centuries ago. Any idea who could have committed the crime? Gabriel? You don't remember, do you? You don't even remember your name.
You don't know who I am. You could have picked any name.
True. I could have. But you have no way of knowing. Do you?
Perhaps I don't need to know.
Perhaps not. Then again, no one can run from their past, Gabriel. You must face the truth. You are a murderer.
No, Dracula, not a murderer. A monster hunter.
Is he really? Right, usually when he does that kind of thing, push L3 towards the left or right, whichever direction you want to go, and you should avoid it. Also, when he apparates to one area to another, just press the X and push L3 towards whichever direction you want to go. And just do it that way. So give yourself a good chance of surviving. And then you should be all alright. As long as you press the X to jump and dodge around the place at the right time, then you'll be okay to stay alive. Like I have so far, that's not too bad. But when as I said it, it's bad to make a disaster out of it. But not too bad. But still, like I said, with the pistols and the shotgun, you can use the ammo. But I don't think I need that right now. But if you've got less health, close to being like the light blue bar I've got, then use the ammo, which will help you. And then there's that.
We were brothers once, you and I, in the Holy Order, until you betrayed me.
If what you say is true, why? Why would I betray you?
Why would any man betray his best friend? Jealousy, ambition, love.
How has he got up there?
Someday you too will be cursed by love, as I was. And all your efforts to resurrect it will turn to disgusting mockeries of what you once had, as have mine.
Uh-oh. He must be pissed off.
Come, my children! Remove this foul excuse of a man from my side!
And there's his babies. And yeah, we're going through the fucking window. As well as if you've seen the film, you know exactly how the film goes and what's supposed to happen. As well as if you haven't, well, the babies will die, and then Van Helsing's going to go straight through that windmill thing that we've seen on mission 1 and start of mission 5, and it is now been smashed to pieces. And so yeah, there's that. Right, so we have got mission 5 done. And it has took me 1 hour and 53 freaking minutes with 59 seconds. So we nearly have 54 minutes with the hour. Yeah, it's all the time of doing backs and forwards and showing the other bits and pieces and where you can find them and what to do. Best kills, there are 38. Shots fired with the pistols, shotgun, crossbow and the electricity weapon. Also the number is 2,961. So you wonder how the fuck's it reached up that high? Well, with the light blue bar with the ammo that you use with the pistols and the shotgun, that's how the numbers can jump so high. So yeah, you got that. So yeah. Next of all, you have got MELEE. Hits is basically to do with the swords. When you're pushing circle a couple of times on enemies and how many times you whack them. And we've done 158. Not too bad. Damage taken, that is on enemies that just wants to whack you and do damage to you. Or fan out anyway. They have done a fair load because it's got 2,428. Blimey. Power GLYPHS, which is to do with the green stuff, which is a god symbol. We have got 12,341. Finish with hat on. So you're not gonna see me get something that will help you understand. But like I said, on mission 8 on hard difficulty, when the time comes, I'll try my hardest to flicking keep an eye on it and have it. As well as last of all, enemies killed. We've done 120 of them. So you have got armory and continue. Now, if you want to continue on to the next mission, you want to make sure the word of continue will be in white. But if you want to go through a couple of bits and pieces or whatever you want to do, go into armory, which will be in white, which is what I'm going to do and explain a couple of things. So, if you know what armory means, that's fantastic. But if you don't, well, what you'll find in armory is a load of things that you can buy in armory, as well as allow you to spend a fair load of green god symbol that you'll ever collect, as well as if there's a specific thing you're really after and you want it, then just make sure you have the right number for you to do just that. Okay, so now then, you're wondering what is in armory. Okay, well, first at the top there is life increaser. Now it is 1,000, but I'm going to give you some more information about that in a few minutes or so. Next of all, you've got life REPLENISH that is 500, as well as I have said about this before, as well as I have used one or two, I'm pretty sure I used one, that can top your health bar back up. So that's what they are for, as well as if you haven't got one or two of them, or if you haven't got fucking none, you might want to buy one or two for 500. So yeah, it's not too bad. As well as there's something else you could do about those things. I'll explain sooner or later. Next of all, you've got ammo increaser. That is also 1,000. Which is for the light blue bar. As I said before, with the 5 black squares. That's you have to buy them. So yeah. As well as if you know that the life increaser and the ammo increaser are up to 1,000 at the moment, is because they're both going to be allow you to buy any of those two for the same price. But with those two, the prices will go up, as well as they will be still the same price. As well as with the life increaser and the ammo increaser, there will be 5 each. So it's going to be 5 life increases and 5 ammo increases. As well as when you buy one of these, or any of those two, the price will be 1,000. And the second one will be 1,500. Another one will be 2,000. Another one will be 2,500. And the last one will be 3,000. So be very, very careful what you do with them. As well as when you buy one life increaser, one of the black squares will be filled up in red. So yeah, if you haven't got no black squares filled in red yet, and you finish a mission, you can always just buy 5 of these if you got the right amount of the money. The amount of the god symbols, so you're looking about 10,000 or either 8,000, something like that. But yeah, so there's those. Next of all, you have got ammo, REPLENISHR. There's 500. Also, this thing will allow the light blue bar to go back up to the size you did have. And excuse me. That's very occasion that happens. As well as the life REPLENISHR, that'll top your red bar back up. So basically, the life REPLENISHR and ammo REPLENISHR, they both allow each one of those two colours to be filled back up to the size you did have. As well as, next of all, you've got speed boost. That is up to 800. And basically, what this will allow you to do is run fast and allows the weapons to go fast. As well as you're wondering why the fuck is up to 800 instead of 500, just like the life REPLENISHR or ammo REPLENISHR. It's because you can have 20 seconds for the weapons as well as 1,000 to run fast. So that is why that is up to 800. Now, with the speed boost and ammo and the life REPLENISHR, you can only carry 3 of any of those 3. So that is why the speed boost and the ammo REPLENISHR is not as bright as the other 3 at the top there. So that's why they are darker than those. As well as underneath the speed boost that has been buyed, which would have been dodge fire. And you're wondering, what is the price? Well, it is 1,500. And basically what this is going to allow you to do is dodge around the place, as well as dodge towards or away from enemies that can hit you. And also, what this will do is to do 2 bangs with 3 weapons. And what I mean by 2 bangs is that the pistols, shotgun, and the crossbow will do 2 shots at once. So you wonder, how the fuck do you do that? Well, R1, square, as well as push the X and push L3 towards the left or right to do a roll towards the left and right. And then when you do a roll towards the left or right with the square and X together, you can get each one of those 3 weapons to go bang bang. Also, you can do a back roll as well to make those weapons go bang bang. So you wonder, how do you do that? Well, What you've got to do, like I said, hold R1, press square and X, and then push L3 down. So you want to push L3 down to do a back roll and push the L3 towards the left and right to allow Van Helsing to do a roll left or right. And so that's how that works, and how to actually make it go bang bang when you're doing it. As well as next of all, you've got grapple strike, that is for 500, which is the grapple hook. For 500, as well as when you buy it, you can make this weapon to be a bit more sharper to hurt enemies with. But if you haven't paid for it, you're not going to hurt your enemies. It's bad. Because if you haven't paid for it, it doesn't hurt enemies, but it does if you do pay for it. As well as this thing can basically pull enemies towards you. Especially if they're freaking miles away from you. So it doesn't matter if they're far away from you or not. You can always hurt them with this weapon if you pay for 500. So how about that? Next of all, you've got Grand Strike. That is 1,500, which is to do with the saws. As you can see, a saw spinning around. And basically, what you're going to have to do is hold R1, which is the accuracy. Like I said, with every kind of weapon you use, always use R1 to keep the accuracy spot on to any enemy that you're up against. As well as going to say, hold the R1 and push forward, which is L3 up, which is what it's asking. And perform a MELEE attack. So that's basically on about the saws that can do a good, nice attack to strike and sometimes pop enemies that have fallen on the ground. How about that? So there's that for 1,500 if you want it. Next of all, you've got Tujo Fart, which is for the saws again. And of course, hold your Tujo attack to flying your Tujo BLADES at opponents. I'm pretty sure that's what OPPONENTS is about to be. As well as whatever BALDES is about to be as well. So there's that for you, if you want it. For 2,000, by the way. Next of all, you've got Air Hop. There's for the saws again. But this one's 1,000. As well as, after holding your air strike attack button, which is always the on about the saw at the circle button, to rise into the air and press a DIRECTION. Well, that's supposed to be exactly as well. And tap X to jump on thin air, which is what Van Helsing can do. Jump on thin air. How about that? Next of all, you've got another weapon that you can see in the box there. As well as the name of it is SCIMITARS, whatever it's supposed to be, of the name of it. Also, what you're going to have to do, as it says, after Grand Strike, which means with the Grand Strike, you have to buy that first before you can pay for this. As well as hold R1, push forward, which is L3 up, which is what I was asking, and attack with the name of the weapons, SCIMITARS, to perform a spinning, and the name of it, SCIMTAR attack. So you can do a nice little attack with them been spinning around, which is what Van Helsing can do, make them swing them around. How about that? But like I said, you have to pay for Grand Strike first, as it says, after Grand Strike. So yeah, there's that. Next of all, you've got the saws again, with the name of it, with MELEE, and of course the explosion. I'm pretty sure that's what EXPLOSION is spelled to be, as well as it's 2,000. So we'll be very, very careful. Also, when you do pay for it, a ring of ice or fire explodes. I'm pretty sure that's what EXPLODES is spelled to be from the last hit of your ALTERNATE, whatever it's supposed to be, as well as ammo, which is a light blue bar with L1 button pushed in once, and the name of the sort or specific thing of the name of them, MELEE, as well as you can do some nice combos with those. How about that? And last of all, you have got Finisher slot. Now, this is the last thing of the list. Now, with these things, what these can do is knock some enemies' health all the way down. But some enemies' health will not go all the way down. Especially Dracula. That is one enemy's health will not go all the way down. Also including Igor. Another one. Which will be to do with Dracula's bitches. But one of them's dead, but there is another two. Mainly like the owls and the skeletons and the ghostly bitches and the metal whacking figures and those small midgets that like to chuck bombs and jab you with whatever they like to poke you with. And those kind of enemies can have their health all the way down. How about that? But also, when you ever start playing the game in your first experience, you'll have 3 of those, as well as you can buy 2 more, as well as the first one will be priced at 2,500, as well as the final one, which will allow you to have 5 in total, which will be 3,500. As you can see at the very bottom, look at that, 3,500. It's quite fucking steep, isn't it? So yeah, there you go. Those are the prices and what's there or not. So what I'm gonna do is grab one of these, Life REPLENIZ up, as well as you don't have to buy every single one of these Life REPLENIZ up, or the speed boosts, or the ammo REPLENIZ up for the light blue bar to be filled up, because of the specific reason why you might not want to do that is because there's a specific thing. But if you know exactly what I'm on about, that's great. But if you don't, then you'll find out sooner or later next time. Because what I'm going to do is, when I get to mission that we will be doing in a few minutes, is because what I'm going to do is end the video with someone reading what comes next on mission 6. But before I do that, I'm going to buy this final finisher slot. There's 3,500, as I have got 11,841. And there you go. When you buy the final one, it will say sold up because you brought 2 of them. So there you go. How about that? So now I've got 8,341. So like I said, you can buy whatever you want, anytime you want. It's not a problem. Don't rush. Because if you push the wrong one, like if you say that you didn't want your light blue bar to go up, and you just wanted to go for the dodge fart, and you just push the X 2 times when it's already sitting on here, you think, whoops, and then it's just a bit too late. Because when you finish a mission, you're a bit too late. Unless you turn the machine off, or we would just reset the game by pushing the PS2 console button just once. Because if you hold that button in far too long, it will shut down. So all you got to do is just push it once, and then it will reset towards the last bit that you finished off. Like, for example, if I touch that button now and hold it in, I'll have to deal with Dracula again. So yeah. And then that'll be that, okay? Right, so as that's all done, so you can press continue, and then you'll find out what the guy's going to say. Here it is for mission 6 for next time.
Legend has it that demons of unspeakable horror live in the caverns beneath
Oh
the
dear.
Frankenstein. Be not thwarted by such evil, my son, for there is no telling what knowledge may be found there.
There you go. There it is. There'll be some knowledge to be found. What could be the knowledge to be found in this next new location? Well, you'll find out soon. As well as where it says Castle Frankenstein. So there you go. But as always, when you press X, which is what I'm going to do, and you'll find Van Helsing's face and on the floor, does a roll, looks upwards with an angry face, as well as from where he fell down, there's a great big fucking hole up there, and where Van Helsing's looking up and looking around. And yeah, grab his most important pistols. As well as the camera's going to move around where Van Helsing's just looking around a bit. And over there, that's where we're heading. But we're not doing that until next time. So I hope you've enjoyed it so far, with a couple of things that just allows you to know what you're up against, and some other things that you might have missed that you need to know about where things were and what you could find, and a couple of things that's not as simple as you might have thought. And so yeah, there it is. So yeah, once again, I shall catch you on the next one for another mission, or either some more deaths or something. But yeah, we'll have to see. So once again, take care.